In the world of technology, innovation, and futuristic ideas, there are always stories that capture the imagination of millions. Some of these stories are real, some are exaggerated, and some live in the mysterious space between fact and rumor. One such story that has been making waves across the internet is about Maxwell Chikumbutso, the Zimbabwean inventor known for his claims of creating self-powered technology, and a supposed $100,000 deal rumor involving none other than Elon Musk, the face of Tesla and SpaceX. Today we dive deep into the truth, the rumors, and the mystery behind this so-called deal, and what it really means for the future of clean energy and disruptive technology. Imagine a man from Zimbabwe who has no formal advanced engineering degree, no billion-dollar laboratory, and no massive corporation behind him, yet claims to have built machines that can generate power without fuel, without charging, and without an external source of electricity. For some, this sounds like pure science fiction. For others, it is a glimpse into a future that the world has been waiting for. That man is Maxwell Chikumbutso. He has been a controversial figure for years, celebrated by supporters as a genius and criticized by skeptics as someone who makes claims too bold to be true. But whatever the truth may be, his name continues to spark curiosity every time it's mentioned online. Now add Elon Musk into the picture. Elon Musk is arguably the most famous tech entrepreneur alive today. From Tesla's electric vehicles to SpaceX rockets that land themselves, and from Neuralink to Starlink satellites, Musk has become the face of bold innovation. Whenever his name is attached to a story, it instantly grabs global attention. So when people began whispering about a rumored $100,000 deal involving Maxwell Chikumbutso and Elon Musk, the internet went wild. Was it true? Did Musk really offer him money? Did Maxwell really reject it? And why would someone turn down money from one of the richest men on Earth? That's where our story begins.
Let's break it down.
The rumors claim that Elon Musk or people linked to Tesla approached Maxwell Chikumbutso with an offer of $100,000 for his technology, his patents, or some kind of partnership. The twist in the story is that Maxwell supposedly rejected the deal, insisting that his invention was worth far more than what was being offered. The narrative goes something like this. Musk, always on the lookout for disruptive technology, wanted to buy or control Maxwell's self-powered system, but Maxwell stood his ground, refusing to sell out for what he considered pocket change in the world of billion-dollar tech.
It's a story of David versus Goliath. The lone African inventor standing up against the global tech giant.
But is there any truth behind it?
Let's analyze.
First, $100,000 may sound like a lot to the average person, but in the world of advanced technology, it's a surprisingly small amount. If someone truly had an invention that could change the way we generate and use energy forever, it wouldn't just be worth thousands. It would be worth billions, even trillions, because it could disrupt the entire global energy industry. Imagine a car that never needs charging. Imagine a home that powers itself forever without paying an electric bill. Imagine a future where fuel stations, charging stations, and even power grids become obsolete. The company that controls that kind of technology would instantly become the most powerful corporation on the planet. So why would anyone expect a $100,000 deal to be serious? That's where the skepticism comes in. Some believe the rumor was simply blown out of proportion. Maybe Maxwell was approached by investors. Maybe there was a discussion about funding or partnership. Maybe a small amount was offered for research or a prototype. And then, through the internet rumor mill, the story transformed into Elon Musk tried to buy Maxwell's invention for $100,000. We know how stories evolve online. What starts as speculation can quickly become a viral headline. But here's the thing. Maxwell himself has hinted multiple times in interviews that powerful forces, corporations, and governments have tried to silence him, buy him out, or stop his work. He claims that he has faced threats, intimidation, and offers that he considered insulting compared to the value of his technology. This is where the rumor starts to feel believable. After all, history is full of stories where inventors who challenged the status quo were either bought out, suppressed, or dismissed until years later when their work was finally recognized. Now think about Elon Musk's perspective. Musk has built his empire around clean energy. Tesla's entire future depends on electric vehicles and battery technology. If Maxwell's self-powered generator was real, it would instantly make Tesla's billion-dollar battery research obsolete. Why would people wait hours to charge a Tesla if they could buy a car that powers itself forever? From that angle, it would make perfect sense for Musk to at least investigate Maxwell's claims. Whether to partner, buy, or simply disprove it, he would have a strong incentive to get involved. That's why the rumor has so much power, it feels plausible. But the truth is more complicated. To this day, there is no official record, no signed document, and no verified report that Musk or Tesla ever made Maxwell a $100,000 offer. What we have are stories, rumors, and speculation, amplified by the internet and fueled by the mystery that always surrounds disruptive inventors. Maxwell's story is already larger than life. Elon Musk's name only makes it bigger. Put them together, and you get a viral narrative that millions of people want to believe. And that's the heart of this video, not just whether the rumor is true or false, but why it became so powerful in the first place. Why are people so eager to believe in a story like this? Why do we love the idea of a lone African inventor rejecting money from a tech billionaire? Maybe it's because it resonates with a universal theme, the underdog refusing to bow to the powerful. Maybe it's because we are all waiting for a breakthrough that frees us from dependence on oil, gas, and even charging stations. Or maybe it's simply because drama sells, and the internet loves a good fight between David and Goliath. To really understand why this rumor of a $100,000 deal between Maxwell Chikumbutso and Elon Musk has captured so much attention, we need to step back and look at who Maxwell actually is, and why his name keeps coming up in conversations about the future of energy.
Maxwell Chikumbutso isn't your typical Silicon Valley inventor.
He wasn't born into wealth, he didn't graduate from MIT or Stanford, and he doesn't run a publicly traded company with billions in funding. Instead, he comes from Zimbabwe, a country not often associated with groundbreaking global technology. Yet somehow, Maxwell has managed to build a reputation around extraordinary claims, inventions that seem to defy the known laws of physics and engineering. Over the years, Maxwell has showcased a number of innovations: a self-powered car, a helicopter, a drone, even a backpack generator that supposedly produces electricity without fuel. The most famous of these is the Green Power Machine, a device he says can generate clean, limitless electricity. For many people, these claims sound too good to be true. Critics argue that perpetual motion machines are impossible, that energy cannot come from nowhere, and that without peer-reviewed proof, Maxwell's inventions are more fantasy than fact. But here's the twist: despite all the skepticism, videos of his demonstrations, interviews, and prototypes keep surfacing, and his name refuses to fade away. Now, think about how this sets the stage for a clash with someone like Elon Musk. Musk represents the pinnacle of mainstream, cutting-edge innovation. He's the billionaire genius who turned electric cars from a joke into a global trend. He's the man who wants to colonize Mars, build underground hyperloops, and merge human brains with AI. Musk operates in the realm of big money, big investors, and big science. Everything he does is backed by armies of engineers and billions of dollars in research. But then there's Maxwell, a man working outside the system, claiming to have already solved problems that Musk is still spending billions trying to crack. This is why the rumor of a $100,000 deal feels so dramatic. On one hand, it suggests Musk saw something in Maxwell's work worth investigating. On the other, it paints a picture of Musk undervaluing an African inventor's genius. The story instantly creates tension, controversy, and debate. Let's pause here and ask, could there be any reality to this rumored deal? It's not unusual in the tech world for large corporations to quietly approach inventors with small offers. Sometimes these offers are not meant to buy the entire invention but to secure exclusive rights to study it, or to quietly shelve it so it never sees the light of day. History is full of examples where disruptive inventions were either bought and buried, or suppressed because they threatened billion-dollar industries. Could the same thing have happened with Maxwell? Was the rumored $100,000 not a genuine offer to buy everything, but more of a test, a way to see if Maxwell could be bought off cheaply? If you believe in Maxwell's claims, then rejecting such an offer would make perfect sense. Why accept $100,000 when you believe your invention could change the world and be worth trillions? From Maxwell's perspective, it would be like selling the internet, or the light bulb, or the airplane for pocket change. No true inventor with confidence in their creation would ever accept that. But here's where the mystery deepens. If Maxwell truly had technology that could change the world, why hasn't it already? Why haven't we seen a mass-produced self-powered car on the roads? Why hasn't the world adopted his generator as the ultimate solution to the energy crisis? This is the question that critics always raise, and it's why so many people dismiss his work as exaggerated or even fabricated. Still, the persistence of the rumors says something important: people want to believe. They want to believe that somewhere out there, a brilliant outsider has cracked the code to free energy. They want to believe that the underdog has something the billionaires don't. And that's why the $100,000 figure, though small, has such symbolic power. It represents not just money, but the clash between two worlds, the grassroots inventor and the global tech empire. Now, let's look at Elon Musk's side again. Musk is a master strategist. He knows that Tesla's future depends on energy solutions, and he knows the competition is fierce. Companies around the world are racing to develop better batteries, faster charging, and more efficient renewable energy systems. If someone like Maxwell were to prove his technology works, Musk would have every reason to investigate, whether to acquire it, compete with it, or disprove it. Even if he didn't personally approach Maxwell, it's possible that people connected to Tesla, investors, or third-party firms might have reached out. These kinds of discussions often happen quietly, away from the headlines, and only surface later through whispers and speculation. And let's not forget another angle. The internet loves to exaggerate. A meeting becomes a deal. A conversation becomes an offer. A small funding proposal becomes a rejected buyout. When Maxwell or his supporters talk about being approached by outsiders with money, it's easy for fans or bloggers to spin it into a story involving Elon Musk. After all, attaching Musk's name makes any rumor 10 times more viral. But whether the $100,000 deal rumor is fact or fiction, one thing is clear: it reflects the larger tension in the tech world today. The battle between centralized, corporate-controlled innovation and independent, outsider-driven breakthroughs. The world is hungry for disruption, and stories like this feed that hunger. Think about it. We live in a time when the cost of energy is skyrocketing, when climate change is pushing humanity to rethink how we power our lives, and when billions of people in developing countries still lack reliable access to electricity. In that context, the idea of a self-powered generator is almost irresistible. It promises freedom, equality, and a future where energy is no longer controlled by oil companies, governments, or utility corporations. It's no wonder people rally around Maxwell's story, whether they fully believe it or not. And this is why the rumor about Elon Musk becomes so powerful. Because it represents more than just a deal. It represents the system versus the dreamer. The billionaire versus the inventor. The establishment versus the outsider. Whether true or not, it's a narrative that resonates deeply with millions. So, did Maxwell really reject a $100,000 offer linked to Elon Musk? The evidence remains unclear. What we do know is that Maxwell himself has claimed to face offers and attempts to buy him out. What we also know is that Elon Musk has a history of exploring radical ideas, even if just to rule them out. The truth may lie somewhere in between. Maybe there was interest, maybe there were discussions, maybe small amounts of money were mentioned, but the internet turned it into a dramatic rejection story. And here's the fascinating part: even if the deal never happened, the rumor itself has value.
It keeps Maxwell's name alive.
It keeps the debate going. And it forces us to ask bigger questions. What if he's telling the truth? What if his inventions really work? And what would that mean for Elon Musk, Tesla, and the future of energy as we know it?